You learn everything in a restaurant. You don't learn anything in culinary school.
I move the curds around so they at least start to soften and they start to stick together. You see how I'm now stretching and you still see like little lumps in there?
Those lumps, unacceptable, right?
Yeah, you don't want that because then like when you cut into it, you can have these like weird like curd that hasn't been melted properly and it's just like dry and crumbly and not like soft and milky like mozzarella is, you know? You want to make sure you stretch it. But you see how it all came together now, right? And I really didn't do anything to like push them together. Move the water a little bit and then they start to stick together. Stay confused. And then you want water, like cold water, like put your hands in after.
Does the size matter here?
No, I mean, we do like big ones, just like, because we don't sell them.
And it's crucial to have cold water in there.
Yeah, because it like sets the mozzarella on the outside. Otherwise, you put in like warm water, it's gonna like flatten out. All right, anything else?
I was working in the deli in Bayside and I was like 29 and I'm like, I don't see my life going anywhere. Like in a deli, like I'm not gonna be that guy. So I went to culinary school. It was a big waste of money, but I went to culinary school and then trailed at Tom Colicchio's restaurant, Craft, and I fell absolutely in love, like head over heels with it. And that's where my career started. I was 30 years old at Craft.
Wow.
Like one of the craziest, busiest restaurants in New York City at the time. It was scary. When I went there, I was like, because culinary school paints this picture that everything is so beautiful and easy, and then once you enter a kitchen, that shit is not like that. It's the total opposite. It's a nightmare. Every single day, I was like getting off the train and being like, I want to get back on this train and go home. It's fucking miserable. This is Italian combo. It gets mortadella, capicola, fresh mozzarella that we make in-house, lettuce, onions, oil, vinegar, and some of these crushed Calabrian chilies. Those are great. Get some shredded romaine, red onion, some olive oil. Vinegar. Grazie, Jose. This is the spicy capicola. Molinari Brothers. And then this is Andouille Artisan. I love their mortadella. Once I tasted their mortadella, everything else was just like, did not compare. And you never, I don't like to lay cold cuts down flat. I like to do it this way because the mouthfeel is very different. It's like lighter in your mouth as opposed to like layering it where you're biting through dense pieces of meat. This has a lightness to it. And that is it.
Acidity, saltiness, and sweetness. How do you balance them? Last time I tried something from you, it was perfectly balanced.
Was it the tuna? It was the tuna.
It was the tuna with wasabi.
I mean, I just love all those flavors. It's like a lot of umami flavors all have that. So you gotta just try to balance it. And I balance it by tasting. Yeah. I just love the tuna where it's not like heavy and mayo-y, you know what I mean? I want that balance of acidity in there.
Right.
And like freshness from the onions and the celery. The acid comes from like lemon juice or vinegar. And then the fattiness from mayo or olive oil or anything else.
Did you grow up knowing that you'll be cooking?
No.
When did it click?
Probably when I was like 15. I was working in the pizzeria. I started at 13. 13 years old working. Cleaning like vegetables and washing dishes. I like fell in love with food at like 15 in Corona, like right up the block from my house.
Have you been always here in New York?
Yeah, born, raised, and still here. My wife wants to leave so bad, but I'm like, nah, I can't leave. I love New York.
When did you know that your place is gonna live? It's gonna go through, it's nice and stable now?
Past the 3 years.
Past 3 years.
Yeah. And then you have like your consistent customers, so.
What's the biggest struggle? When you opened, what was the biggest struggle?
Staffing. That was the biggest struggle.
Yeah.
Not now, this is a fucking team, which is a dream team.
I know.
Like I never have to worry on my days off. So I don't believe in luck, but sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
Because things just don't happen like that. These guys are awesome, all of them. Every single fucking one they're just amazing. You just get lucky sometimes and you just gotta like stick with it. Make sure you pay them well too, like don't undercut anyone. No one's gonna work for free.
Yeah.
Like I did my 10 years at Kraft where I worked for nothing. Just because you build a name working under like really good chefs. But then where does that really get you in the future?
So this is the Fra Diavolo. It's tomatoes, some Calabrian chili, and a little of the garlic oil.
What kind of advice would you give to an aspiring chef?
Don't do it.
Don't do it?
Just prepare for the worst. I mean, it's tough. It's like, and it's harder now than ever. I honestly would recommend just working in the kitchen for free, even if for free. You're gonna pay $40,000 for school, or you can work like 3 weeks for free and learn 1,000 times more. This pasta cooks pretty quick. You develop a feel for it, like the spaghetti. Like if it's like dry, you know it'll take a little longer.
100%.
When I make pasta, I like just enough for it to stick to the pasta.
When it's too much, it's just...
It doesn't, it's not the same. Like you don't taste the noodle, you don't taste the pasta, right? Like you don't taste any of that.
But when you have some garlic bread on the side, you finish your pasta, and then you have some garlic bread to dip into that sauce.
Yeah, exactly. True. Just a little olive oil. And that's it. That is finito. Okay, now you guys can eat. Eat the whole thing. Bon appetit, guys.
Thank you, chef.
Yeah, anytime, anytime.
First time I tried super fresh right here when you just cooked it.
You get it to go all the time, right? It's so different.
It's different.
It's like a whole different world.
Yep.